Ruben Diaz Jr.
Thank you, Larry. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I thought that Marcos trained you guys and coached you guys enough. I just want to say that it's great to be here today at the Harlem River Yards to see a key component of our economic development program finally moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, after years of unnecessary delays and what I believe are frivolous legal maneuvers, we're finally where we're supposed to be, and that deserves a strong round of applause. It is with great pride as the borough president, and as you see the cross-section of leaders that are here today, representing every corner of the borough, it is with great pride that I stand with my good friend Jason Ackerman, congratulating you and the FreshDirect family and saying welcome to the borough of the Bronx. Let's give Jason a strong round of applause. I do want to take some time to thank individuals who were supporters of this project. All of my colleagues in government, from Assemblyman Dinowitz to the chairman of the Democratic Party, Carl Hasty, Assemblyman Marco Crespo, of course, State Senator Reverend Ruben Sr., and as well as the New York Hispanic Clergy Organization, and all of the other clergy leaders that are here today. I want to thank the community leaders from Princess to Cedric. I don't see my good friend Georgie and men and women of the community boards who are here today who represent a great deal of the surrounding neighborhood where FreshDirect is here today. Let's give them all a strong round of applause. He's not here today, but I think that I would be remiss if I don't thank Governor Andrew Cuomo for the support that he's given to this project. And he's not here, but let's give the governor a strong round of applause for doing this today. I want to say that outside of the FreshDirect family, there has been no individual, not one, and I can say this, and I know that I have, and my staff has been working on this project, but there hasn't been one person outside of the FreshDirect family that has worked harder to make sure that this day happens, and that's my good friend, President of the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation, Marlene C. Bronx. Thank you, Marlene. From the day that we announced the support of this project, I have not and will not, and I want the media to get this, wavered 1 ounce of my energy and my support for FreshDirect. I have never equivocated. I have never doubted what this would mean for the Bronx. In fact, what this would mean for the city of New York, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you that because FreshDirect, this young man right here, was given a pretty sweet deal to go across the river into New Jersey. FreshDirect currently has almost 3,000 employees from all over the city of New York. Many people who have taken those sweet deals going over. If he had gone, New York City would have lost almost 3,000 jobs. Currently, out of those 3,000 jobs, over 600 of those are people from the Bronx. So when anybody wants to question, or when everybody wants to say, why have FreshDirect here? Somebody has to answer the question to me. What would you tell those 600 families if they are no longer going to work or have a job because their company moved all the way to New Jersey? What would you tell those individuals, especially now during the holiday season? No one has been able to answer that question. That's why it's so great that we're here today. When we speak of supporting FreshDirect and supporting them on the job creation, ladies and gentlemen, this is not rhetoric. This is not speaking points. This is very real as to what's happening in our borough and in this immediate neighborhood. I support FreshDirect because they've been a good neighbor thus far. I support them because Jason Ackerman and FreshDirect has done every single thing that we've asked them to do. There have been protests and there have been naysayers, And I'm the first to say that a lot of the things that have been brought up have merit to them. But we've addressed them. Let me give you a for instance. Again, people say, well, is it really going to create jobs? 600 jobs already? They're not even here yet. Today's the first day we're doing the groundbreaking. In the next couple of years, they'll grow to over 1,000 additional jobs. That would mean that working with the BOEDC, my office, elected officials, the clergy organization, the community board, the tenant leaders, that a great deal of those 1,000 additional jobs are going to go to the immediate neighborhood. Before they thought of coming to the Bronx, FreshDirect only delivered in the Bronx and Riverdale. And so let me correct my good friend Jeff. They deliver to the whole Bronx today. Every single corner of the Bronx, everyone in the Bronx today can order FreshDirect. The majority of the new hires of FreshDirect in the last year, over 50% of their new hires, even though they're still over there in Long Island City, are Bronxites. You should know that. So as they hire, they're not here yet, they're starting today with the groundbreaking. The majority of the hires come from the beautiful borough of the Bronx. You should know that when they speak about fleets, no one, and I dare say this, has done more than I have to address the asthma problem, respiratory ailments, truck traffic, since I've been in elective office. No one. So what we have here is an individual who has committed that as we move forward, they will transform their fleet so it could be the cleanest fleet possible. No one can say to me, well, what about public parks? This is an industrial piece of property, a brownfield. This is under somebody's leasing over the next 90 plus years. In terms of parks, all of the elected officials, community boards, we've done more for public parks since I've been the borough president, over $300 million worth of public parks in the whole borough of the Bronx. And we'll continue to do more. No one can tell me that this won't be available for everyone. This is important now, and I'm telling you this so that you all know how big and complex the victory is here today. Mr. Borough President, well, FreshDirect is too expensive. Why don't you go do your homework and see what a gallon of milk costs from FreshDirect versus the bodega on the corner? Mr. Borough President, our South Bronx population can't afford FreshDirect. Well, you know what? We have the only and the first pilot program in the United States where someone with an EBT card can order online. In other words, if you are someone on public assistance and you have an EBT card, you cannot purchase anything online. We, working with the federal government, finally got the federal government to look at 3 zip codes here in the Bronx so that individuals with an EBT card can order FreshDirect. And you know what Jason did? Jason said, we'll waive their delivery fee as well. Many of the individuals, and this is something that we continue to work on and try to solve, where we have what's called food deserts. So think about someone right now who's on public assistance, who may not have a supermarket or a farmer's market in their neighborhood. Now they can order fresh produce, fresh meats, and they don't have to worry about going someplace. It'll get delivered right at their doorstep. So when we speak of respiratory ailments, when we speak of health disparities, we know that a lot of that has to do with the types of foods that we eat. And so from a health standpoint, FreshDirect is going to help solve that. And we want more and more of the individuals. So the leaders go out there and let folks know that if you are on public assistance and if you are a EBT card holder, register and ask and order from FreshDirect. Yes. I want to say this, that whenever we speak of other community related events, from giving out turkeys, to feeding the community, to sponsoring community events. They have already been there for us. All of you who are here today as the borough president, many of you, whether you're a developer, whether you're a businessman and woman, whether you're on a community board or community leader or elected official, you know where my heart is. We've had a number of negotiations on many different things. You know that I would never, ever, ever support anything that will create an adverse effect to the Bronx or to the community. Today, we stand here to say to Jason, Ackerman, and FreshDirect, we welcome you. We're proud to have you. You are an intricate piece of the puzzle as we go out there and we rebrand and we reimagine what's happening here in our beloved borough. We understand that there are folks who will continue to be naysayers, and that's fine. But think about this area right here and what it's been and how it's looked for so many different decades. It's not tolerable to me, and it should not be tolerable to anyone else. As we move forward, we're going to identify our assets, we're going to identify our properties, we're going to identify different locations, and we're going to determine what is the best fit for this footprint right here. FreshDirect is that fit. And so today, as we celebrate the holiday season, this is part of Santa Claus coming early to the borough of the Bronx. Today, we stand proud. Today, we say that as we move forward, FreshDirect will continue to allow us to chip away at the unemployment rate that has gone from 13.9% to 8.5% in the last 4.5 years, and we're going to do even more. Thank you, Jason. God bless you all, and let's continue to better the borough of the Bronx.